Hey guys, my name is Nicolette Mashile. I am also known as the Financial Bunny. Welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. So I've just jumped off a very interesting IG live session with Myrna Sachs from Alex Forbes, and she heads up the health management solutions at Alex Forbes, right? So we were having a conversations about what exactly is health management solutions and how does it fit into your package when we're talking about some of the employee benefits that you get. Now, many people, we know the very conventional ones. We know you get a retirement fund or a pension fund, rather, if you're on a workspace or provident fund. You are getting some sort of investment planning as an employee benefit. You are obviously getting medical aid in some instances. There's obviously group life, so you become you're part of the life insurance that's taken out of or taken out for the group, which is the group of employees, right? You may have disability cover, income protection. So these are some of the ones that are popularly known. So one of the big ones, of course, is health management solutions, which falls under the ambit of your health as an employee benefit, or healthcare rather, as an employee benefit, right? So when they speak about health management solutions, they look at the holistic well-being of an employee to say, do you have employee wellness within the space that you are in? How do we make sure that if you are incapacitated, we can come in and find the reasons as to why you're incapacitated, and we can assist you. Sometimes it's you've got a mental health issue, sometimes it's financial wellness issues, sometimes it's, simply the wellness within the space, in the workspace. Maybe this incorrect chair that you've got, maybe your line manager, you and the line manager clashing based on personalities, whatever. So they come in and assess that as part of it. And also part of health management solutions is, of course, what are called EAP program, which is employee assisted programs. They will encompass how they then deal with the different various factors, whether it's mental health or whether it's financial wellness, whether it's ergonomics and all of those stuff that they deal with, right? A very interesting thing that has just come out now is what is called a back to work interview. And I'm loving this concept because it's the first time that I'm hearing about a back to work interview. And I'm going to give you guys just a simple story or an example, a scenario, let's call it that. So let's say I'm Nicolette Mashile and I work at one of the not super wholesalers, a game. Let's say I work at Macro, right? And I'm a forklift driver. So, okay, I'm a forklift driver. Maybe I injured my foot. Maybe I sprained my ankle playing soccer for the company soccer team. Maybe it's just a social setting. I injured my foot and now I have to take leave. So the one healthcare benefit that I'm going to activate immediately is, of course, this medical aid that's going to pay for me to get immediate assistance sharp. Now I get taken on, or I get put on medical leave, right? So when I come back after my medical leave, I get back into the workplace. There's a thing called a back to work interview that the guys from Health Management Solutions suggest that a manager, your line manager, or the person that is supervising you should do. Now, the reason why they're suggesting this is so that your line manager is aware of what your status is coming back into the workplace. So they're saying, for instance, they need to ask questions like, are you ready to come back? What medication are you on? Is that medication, for instance, sedating? So let's say Nicolette comes back. It's an injury on my foot, so of course I've been given pain medication. And generally, all doctors love to give me opiates, but sometimes they can give you medication that has sedation factors or sedation properties, right? Sedation is drowsy properties, right? So let's say you're on heavy painkillers that make you drowsy, but I'm a forklift driver. Now I get back into the work, and let's say we've got a client that walks in and they need 1,000 units of gin for a party or whatever. And the person who was on the floor at that point is maybe not on the floor, and they say, Nicolette, you're a forklift driver. Can you please bring down the gin from the top shelf, right? But now I'm back from being ill because of an injury. I'm heavily on pain medication. There I am jumping into the forklift and I drop all of that gin. 500 units of gin drop to the floor. Now I'm going through a disciplinary hearing about why, what happened, was it negligence, what was the situation? And I'm sitting there and I'm explaining to them, but guys, I was dizzy at that point. Why were you dizzy? You know? So these are some of the things that this back to work interview or welcome back to work interview can really mitigate, is that you can basically explain to your manager, look, I am back at work because my sick leave is over. However, I am still on this medication. It will end. I've still got maybe 8 tablets to go and I'm drinking 2 a day. So that's 4 days. I just want to get through this medication and see how I feel. But I am back to work. And I think it's an important one. But also one thing that Myrna made very, very clear is that it is a formal interview that does need to be documented. Why does it need to be documented? Because we don't want to come back tomorrow with the he said, she said, I said, you said, we said, I then said. No. It must be that when the line manager makes the invite to say, I want to take you out for a coffee or I want to have a meeting in the boardroom, we're having a back to work interview and I want you to know it's a formal interview and it will be documented. Then there's a form that Myrna speaks about that they offer to their clients. Of course, you know that Alex Forbes helps, their clients are obviously employers. So they give the employer this document that needs to be filled in terms of what are some of the things that are going to be discussed in that specific back to work interview. So basically you would get that back from the line manager with all of the information that you have discussed and everything that you have disclosed, and you would need to sign to acknowledge that this is exactly what is spoken about. If there's any issues, you send back an email and say, thereby question number 5 or point 6, bullet number 8, that is not what I said. That is incorrect. I need it corrected. And then the line manager has to correct it, or you guys come together and you discuss what was actually said and can we put it in a language that is not ambiguous and is very clear. Because what you also don't want to find out is, let's say you do drop that those 500 units of gin, and then maybe later on there's another performance issue that happens, right? And now you're called into disciplinary hearing, and now in that disciplinary hearing they bring up the fact that you dropped 500 units of gin and they don't remember that you were on sedating medication. Aibo, you must pull out that document and say, but remember, this was an isolated incident that happened because I did say I was sedated, and this is the unfortunate incident that did happen. I'm not saying I'm blaming it on it, but I'm saying it could have exacerbated the circumstances under which I was working. So it is important to have that. And I hope that at your workplace, you do have what is called health management solutions as a healthcare benefit, or under the healthcare benefit in terms of your employee benefits. And if you do have it, please make sure that you are pressing play on it, because it's not just about your health, it's mental health, it's financial. If you're finding yourself that you are drowning in your finances and it's starting to affect how you are productive at work, it's starting to affect how you think about work, it's starting to affect you in thinking to become a thief at work, it is important to reach out, and it is confidential. Myrna has told us that just based on Basic Employment Act and the policies of your company, it is supposed to be a confidential. In actual fact, these companies that assess this information don't necessarily get Nicolette has this issue. They get it as a statistic, as a number. So the way the data is collected will never ever be able to point, because you don't want to also be walking in the corridors and hearing, don't worry about this one, she's got money problems, that's why she's always shouting at everybody. No, that is not correct. But I'm hoping that, if you do have that benefit, please press play on it, because we want to make sure that you are maximizing your employee benefits. I will see you guys on the next one. Mwah.